I hadn't had to touch this since August, maybe. It's now January, so it lasts a long time. You take a lot of pictures when you put it on feeder, so. All right, so we can start getting these cell cameras out in the woods. These are reveal cell cameras. This process works on all of them though. But my cell camera method, if you're wanting to put them on food, you need to run a big 12 volt battery. It's better at keeping up and lasts longer. I've got some of these reveal cameras on these 12 volt systems that I'm fixing to show you that have been in the woods for over a year, and I haven't touched them. And they've been on, you know, corn feeders and stuff like that, and they're still running strong. So I wanted to kind of show you that method before I put these 3 out in the woods. I run 8 normally. I've got 3 here that I brought in. I'm going to put new batteries in. I've cleared SD cards and wiped them off good, and I'm fixing to put them back out here in a few days. So before they get put out in the woods for the long summer, fall, winter, I kind of wanted to show you how I build my battery boxes, and it's worked really good, and it's really affordable when you consider how much batteries are now and things like that. Now I do run these Tactacam solar panels as well. Like I said, I've got 8 cameras. If it's on a scrape or a travel route or something like that, I really like using these Tactacam solar panels. They're a rechargeable lithium battery inside there, so you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. It'll recharge itself, and it's rechargeable if you want to bring it in. So I like using these as well. But if you're running it on food where you're going to have does just standing there all night, and you're wanting to run like video mode, where it's taking 10-15 second videos, these will keep up for a while, but eventually they can't charge themselves enough during the day to keep up with the feeding at night. So I use these for certain scenarios, and they do a good job. I keep one that I bring back every time, and I charge it up, so when I go back out to run cameras, I can just swap it out. It's real quick and easy, and these are 60 bucks, I think, at Bass Pro, so they're not bad, especially considering you can charge them. These will also cost about 60 bucks. This is just an ammo can from Walmart. It's 5 something, like 5.50 or something like that. Nothing special about it. It's the plastic version. These batteries here, these Mighty Max or whatever, about 20 on Amazon with free shipping, so you're in at 25 right now. I run these Wild Game solar panels on these boxes as well. These are about 20. They may be like 17 or 18. So you're 20, 40, 5. These will help recharge the 12 volts. And then you're going to need the actual cable that's going to go to the camera, and that's 10 bucks, I believe, on Amazon, and you free ship it to your house. And this is the Herd 360 one. I don't know that one's better than the other. I think they're pretty simple. So you need to make sure the adapter is for your camera. Like Moultrie uses a different adapter than Tactacam. So get whichever one of these fits your particular camera. But I'm going to build a couple of these boxes today. I've got one already built that I just need to bring in and kind of clean up before it goes back out. I keep these little dollar hooks inside here. This is what will hang over the handle of the actual box when I put it on the tree. So I'll screw this in the tree, just clip that on there. So that's a real cheap, easy way to do that. It's going to hang this tree like that. So I want this solar panel out here on this side, the wide side, so that it's facing the open part of the field or wherever it's getting the most light. I used to put them on the ends, which wasn't bad necessarily, but you couldn't put it on this end because of the clamp. And this end, when you would open it up, it would hit the solar panel with the lid, kind of roughing it around a little bit. So I started putting them out here, and it seems like that's the side that's going to be facing away from the tree anyway and getting the most light, so it seems to have helped. Alright, so that's how that will sit, facing out away from the tree. I'm going to put the hole for these wires just under this lip here. I will silicone around that and kind of seal it up as best I can, but there's a little lip on these cans, and if you can get right under it, I think most of the rain will drip off over it and they don't get inside it. Rarely do I ever have any rain inside, any moisture inside of these, and I think that comes from putting your hole right underneath that lip. Alright, so what I'm going to have to do to get this on the inside, since it won't slide over these clamps, I'm going to have to cut this and then fish it through, and then I'll be able to reattach them on the inside with some electrical tape or some clamps. Strip the wires. Alright, so we'll fish the solar panel side through the hole here that we cut. the hole that is now oversized, but it still works fine. And then this side, we'll connect our red to red, our black to black, and we'll either electrical tape them or clamp them. So the first thing we're going to do is take that little electrical connector and put it back over this before we don't want to put our electrical connectors on there without having that locking piece where we can lock these two, one on the inside, one on the outside of our battery box. So the other thing that we're going to need to do is get our cable through there that's going to go to our camera. So all we need to make sure of is that we can get these two little red and black connectors through the hole here, one at a time preferably. The smaller the hole, the better. Same concept, we want to go underneath this lip with the hole so that water doesn't run down into that hole, at least as little as possible. So we're going to put it just kind of in this corner here. We can easily widen that out if we need to. Take the black and red. Yep. Now the red one's in. I'm just going to come on this inside and pull it through. And I don't like to have a ton of this left out, just a couple feet. Get it about like you like it, and then we'll silicone this up. And you could always pull some more through if you need to, but most of the time my cameras and these solar panels are about level with each other. So on the inside, to get this to stay where I want it, I'm going to put just a little bit of duct tape, and then I'll silicone the outside. Got our battery, and I try to write the year on there. These will last about a year. You'll get some occasionally that last 2 years. So this, I've put 2023 on here, so I know this is the 2023 model. So next year I'll go, if this one starts not lasting very long, I'll know, well, it's probably about dead and it's time to move on. Alright, so the actual Tactacam cable, hook it up first. Pretty simple. Red to red, black to black. They fit on there nice and snug from these cables from Herd 360. So right now I'm getting power through this. I can check this, which we'll do here in a second. The solar panel cable, what I'm going to do with it, roll it up, put a little electrical tape around it just to keep it from going everywhere. A tie or something like that would work too. I'm going to tuck it down on the inside here. If you look at where these connectors go on, there's a little plastic piece. And if you'll pull that back just a little bit so that you can access the battery itself's connectors, and you'll clip on to the end of that battery. Loosen that a little bit. So we're not clipping onto the actual Herd 360 cable or the Tactacam cable or whatever you're using. We're clipping onto the battery, but we're clipping on the part closest to the actual battery, if that makes sense. So maybe kind of hard to see. But this is our Tactacam cable, and then our solar panel is clipped on to that same post, but it's on the part real close to the battery. So we've got everything hooked up, battery's charged beforehand, everything's clipped on. We'll screw that on, put it on the tree, get our solar panel facing the right way. So now what we want to do before we take it in the woods is check and make sure everything's working. So first and foremost, there's no batteries in this thing right now, and if there were, I would keep the old batteries in. So what I want to do is make sure it's not showing full power from the batteries. So I don't want to put in my new batteries, my new AA batteries into the camera itself. So I've got it on setup, nothing's coming on, nothing's lit up. So I'm going to turn it back to off. I'm going to plug in this cable underneath, switch it to setup. You see it's coming on. We should start seeing everything light up across here and start getting our signal lights. So we're showing full power. It'll always show full power when you have external battery, whether it's the Tactacam solar panels or these home-built solar panels. It's always going to show full power. So what I like to do, I want this on, and then I want battery AA's on the inside. So when I check my app, if it shows 70%, I know that this has come disconnected or dead or something, and I need to get out there because it's running off the AA's on the inside. So it looks like this box is going to work fine. We've got full power. We'll let it connect just to make sure it's ready to go in the woods. and I'll put new AA's in there, and then I'll wire everything up and get it out in the woods and make sure it's all functioning. Only other thing left to do is put some silicone or some kind of liquid nails or something on this hole. I don't know that I'll even put it on this hole over here. I might try to, because it's a little bigger than I wanted it to be. But these two holes, once they're covered up, we're good to go. We're ready to hit the woods. If that helped you out, if you're fixing to run a bunch of cameras and you're trying to figure out how to save some money or get better battery life, and this is something that seemed to help you out, give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Appreciate it. Leave a comment if you do something different. I'm always open to ideas to help my stuff get better as well. Appreciate it.